smart as I am, you know, I don't know how to have confidence in the uncertainty of what's next. And that's still always a continuous learning process for me. And I'm still coping with this quarter life crisis. And that's what this album is about. This album is, for the first time, me kind of in real time confronting something that is affecting my emotional state and is affecting my behavior and is affecting the way that I think. Up until now, a lot of my albums have been, or most of my albums, all of my albums have been composed from me reflecting on a past experience that I felt like I had gotten past, or I felt like I had evolved beyond. But this time, this is me making an album in the middle of the experience. I feel like it's perhaps the most photorealistic take on the experience that I could possibly give. And it's also, I feel like, the most authentic. I don't want to give too much away. I know that we're getting into April and we're getting into March. I'm getting into March, sorry, not April. Just skipping ahead too much. I know we're getting into March and I haven't even announced the first single yet. Trust me, that's coming. But I've just been really taking my time with this album and making sure that I'm linking up with the best collaborators, with the most fitting collaborators, and that I'm putting out the best, most evolved sound that really does fix the errors or like the improvements that I've been suggested to make over the past few years. I mean, I hear such melodic development even in these songs. The melodic development on this album is really sick, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really entranced by it. And it's not negative. I know what I said at the top, that it's about a quarter life crisis and about my experience with it, but it's beyond that. It's beyond that, because the sounds on this album are about transcending that. It's about experiencing it and coping with it, but it's also about escaping it in the context of your own life. To me, this is the soundtrack of going through the crisis and finding your own ways of escape that make you a better person at the end of it, that make you more anti-fragile, if you will, at the end of it. This is an album of anti-fragility. And it's not against fragility, against being fragile, if that's what you feel. It's about being challenged and being motivated to become better by these challenges that induce fragility. So this album is just meant to be inspirational. It's meant to touch upon some hard experiences. It's meant to touch upon complex emotions that have a bunch of different sides to them and a lot of right answers. And it's probably my most complex, but also my most accessible, I think. And I look really forward to seeing how it plays out for not just people who are my age, I'm 27, but not just for people who are at my age and maybe going through the quarter life crisis, but those who have already gone through it and maybe approaching their midlife crisis, or who may just be having any kind of existential crisis or identity crisis. This is an album of consoling that crisis and of helping you find better coping mechanisms to make you as well as you can be. So yeah, I just wanted to give that as the synopsis of the album. I know it was there was some tangentialism in there, if that's even a word, but I wanted to give you guys like a stream of consciousness, but also structured scope of where my mind is at, where my heart is at going into this project. And what I told you just now is only 10%. I try not to give too much personal anecdote because I don't want to give, it all away, because I have been recording some audios and some videos of stuff during the process. So I don't want to give too much away. Even if it feels like I haven't. Trust. Like, more on the way soon. First single coming soon. All I can give you is soon for now, because we're putting the final touches on things. It's going to be a fun process, I believe. And it's going to be a great album, I think. It's going to be my best album. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I said that, but I think this is going to be my best album. And I just look forward to seeing the way that it impacts my audience and anyone who you guys choose to share the album with. I look forward to seeing what kind of impacts it has and what kind of changes that you guys are able to make as a result of the album soundtracking your life when it does. Look forward to October of this year. for the album. I cannot believe that I just said that. I never give away like that kind of detail this early. But for those of you who made it this far into the live stream, that's a little treat for you. You know when the album is coming. You don't know when the first single is coming, but come on now. If the album comes out in okay. So more on that soon. I have a little script here, Chad. Yeah, so I want to go over that and just make sure I'm touching base with everything. I don't want to skip over anything. I can't even see how long I've been going. Oh, 16 minutes. That's it? I feel like I've been talking for a whole hour. There's been some shit with this album, y'all, and I can't wait to tell y'all about it. But thank you for tuning in. I know a lot of people are going to watch this asynchronously, meaning you're just going to watch it, when I do the re-upload or when I do the replay. So shout out to you whenever you're watching this. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whichever one applies. I am so grateful to have my global Nctrnm tribe supporting me and supporting the Flux EP, supporting me in this little hiatus that I took, that I always take over the winter to regroup and get everything ready for the coming year. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for sharing me with your friends and family offline. I know y'all are doing it because I can just see it in the numbers. I'm getting all this direct traffic, yet I haven't really been posting that much about the links. I know that that's because you guys have been sharing it with your friends and family. That's awesome. That's what I love. It goes a long way. Any amount that I spend on advertising, the simple you telling people, oh, I'm so sorry that you joined at the end, but we're about to wrap up here. But I want to say thank you to Cooking with Uncle Rob for joining. Hopefully you can watch the replay and see all that was said before now. But as I was saying, I'm sorry, that totally threw me off. I was just thanking everybody for showing up, and I basically just went over I'm just giving a synopsis for Rob. I was going over what the album topic is going to be about, what the album theme is going to be about, how it talks about the quarter life crisis and all that. Oh, he's gone already. All right. Thanks, Rob. Thank you for showing up. So back to wrapping it up, guys. Thank you for showing up. Like I said, there's going to be more preview clips coming. There's going to be more information coming up about what the behind the scenes of the album's creation process was like, more live streams, and even a little bit of a micro tour, perhaps by the end of this year, for sure, starting next year. But I want to get some initial dates at the end of this year, starting in around October or November. So I'm putting some feelers out to some venues. And if any venues are looking at this and are in the LA or greater LA area who would house the kind of music that I make and would be a good support, I would really appreciate you reaching out. I'm going to make sure I reach out to you. But yeah, I don't think that's anything. I don't think there's anything left for me to say. I think that was all. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. I want to say thank you to SKIRITTER7 and Cooking with Uncle Rob. All one word, no underscores, no dashes, just letters. Thank you for showing up, and you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, whenever. And I love you so much. Thank you for your support.